Jordan Burroughs.
What's up, man?
How you doing, Jordan? Thanks for joining the show.
Thank you very much for the invite. I appreciate that.
So it's no secret that you're America's golden boy. How does that feel?
It's awesome. It's something I've worked hard for a long period of time. It should be recognized as the best in your sport in a country as competitive as the United States of America is. It's a pretty awesome feat, and I'm happy to be here.
You made the jump from college to the international scene and made a big splash pretty quickly. How hard was the transition?
Oh, it's really tough. It's been really tough. I think I actually was only the fourth American ever to win an NCAA championship and a world championship in the same year. So it was definitely something that I put a lot of hard work into, and it was a process that I never really expected. I was confident going in, but didn't know that things would turn out this well. So it's been a wild ride, but I'm just excited and just continuing to work hard and hopefully improve.
As you know, the IOC has dropped wrestling. What were your initial thoughts and what were you doing when you got that news?
Oh, I was upset, man. We were extremely upset. Actually, we were traveling to Iran for the World Cup, and that was this February. So we were actually in the airport in Germany. We had no internet, no phone connection. The only reason we knew what was going on is because we were watching BBC News in the airport. It was the only American channel they had in Germany. We happened to be watching it at the time, and we saw that they said they were cutting Olympic wrestling. So we had a bunch of Olympians with us. Everyone was upset. They didn't know exactly what was going on. So it was a lot of mixed emotions. We were just all hoping that things would change in the future, and it looks like things are going pretty well for us right now.
Oh, what do you think the youth needs to do today to try to get the wrestling back in the Olympics? Since we made it past stage one, we're in the top 3 sports to get back. What can the youth do?
I would just say just continue to do what they've been doing. Continue to wrestle, continue to be engaged, continue to stay interested in the IOC's decision. I know that the decision was actually made in February, so at the beginning, we're in the forefront of social media, but we've kind of been put on the back burner for a long period of time now, just with it being back in people's minds. So at this point, we're just trying to do what we can to continue to keep the sport relevant and hopefully change the IOC's decision.
What has wrestling done for you personally over the years? What has it done for you?
Wrestling's done an amazing job at, helping me develop into the person I need to be. It's helped me become the young man I am today, helped me become successful. It's paid for college, it's taken me around the world, and it's been an awesome experience, developed characteristics that I don't think I could have ever have developed on my own. So it's been a really great sport to me, helped me establish relationships, and I'm a big fan of the sport of wrestling, even if I don't do it forever.
That seems like you're going to do it forever. I mean, you're on track to be the next John Smith.
Yeah, that's what a lot of people say, but for me, I just like to recognize greatness, so John Smith is in a league of his own. He's awesome. He's done an amazing thing, and right now I'm just trying to make a name for myself. So John Smith was and will always be the greatest in our sport, and right now I'm just trying to put myself in a position where people will recognize Jordan Burroughs as one of the legends of the sport.
You've got a signature tagline, "Got doubles." Explain that a little bit to the people who may not have heard that.
Yeah, so if anyone doesn't know, the double leg takedown is basically my forte. It's what I love to do for my feet. I'm best from the neutral position, and I love to do double leg takedown. So basically it's just like a football tackle. You put your head up right into a guy's chest, grab both of their legs, and drive them down to the mat and finish for a 2-point takedown. And I'm extremely good at it. Been doing it for a bunch of years now, and people love watching me do it. So Got Doubles is basically, a kind of spin off of the Got Milk, and if anyone wrestles, a double leg takedown is really effective.
Do you think you're singled out because you have, the signature double leg? Do you think you're singled out at all? People trying to slow you down during matches or anything like that?
Oh, yeah, I think so. I'm extremely athletic. I'm really quick and explosive, so a lot of times guys need to slow me down in order to remain in the match. So they try to dictate the pace of the match, slow it down, contain my speed, and it's an effective strategy for those guys. You have to do what you need to do in order to slow your opponent down and impose your will on him and hopefully win. So that's what they need to do. But for me, I need to continue to move my feet, continue to, work my angles, and hopefully hit a lot of double legs.
One of the Brands brothers, I forget which one, says, "I do not want to be that guy to tell that 14-year-old or 15-year-old he cannot compete for an Olympic gold." How do you feel about that?
Oh yeah, that's tough, man. That's one of the toughest things for me. Outside of myself, I'm 24 years old now. Actually, tomorrow's my birthday. I'll be 25 tomorrow. But after the Olympics, I spent 2 or 3 months just traveling around the country, inspiring and motivating the young youth of America and in the sport of wrestling, showing off my gold medal and basically telling those guys and selling the dream to them that if they worked as hard as they could, made the necessary commitments and sacrifices, they too could be Olympic and world champions. So for them to not even get that opportunity because of the IOC decision is just totally upsetting to me. So I hope that they get that opportunity to experience what I experienced this summer, be around the best athletes in the world, have their family in whichever country that the Olympics are in 2020, and just be able to have the overall Olympic spirit and experience is just an amazing place to be, and I hope they get to experience that.
When you were wrestling in London after you won your Olympic gold, you went to McDonald's and got a double cheeseburger. Is that correct?
Oh, yeah. Yes, sir. I went to McDonald's that night, actually, after. So we have to take drug testing after every World Championship or Olympic final. So I took a drug test, did a bunch of media interviews. We got out of there at about midnight and hung out with my family for a little bit. And we went to a McDonald's at like 2 a.m. on the night after I won the Olympics, and we were in line, and it was ridiculous. So there were like a bunch of places and parties just being let out at this one McDonald's. There were hundreds of people in line, and I had my Olympic gold medal in my pocket. I still had my my warm-up on that I wore on the podium, and I was asking people like, "Man, please can I get to the front of the line? I'm extremely hungry. I just wrestled in the Olympics today on gold medal." And they're like, "Yeah, right. You didn't win. Get out of here." So I pulled my medal out of my pocket, like, seriously, look. And they're like, "Oh my gosh!" So everyone like let me go to the front of the line. Everyone was trying to look at it. My mom was so mad at me. She was like, "Put that back in your pocket. No one's going to steal that." She's just being a mom. But I got to the front of the line, got my double cheeseburger and or quarter pounder, and we were eating it, walking out, and the bag must have been really greasy because the fries had spilled out on the bottom. So the bag was super greasy, and I was gripping it tight, and all the fries, burger, everything fell out into the street. So it was I'm not going back that line. Crazy. It stunk, but I just ate what I could, and it was too late to do the 5-second rule. It was like 6 seconds, so I had to leave it on the ground.
Oh, no way. Oh, that must have been heartbreaking.
Oh yeah.
What can you tell the youth today about keeping the drive up? Because I'm an assistant coach for a wrestling high school, and I've actually had some of our athletes quit on us because, the Olympics are going to be gone. And, by the time I'm done with college, I don't want to wrestle if I can't compete for Olympic gold. What do you tell these kids?
I tell them to continue to wrestle. Wrestling's a great sport, regardless of if you ever make it to the Olympics or not. Realistically, everyone's not going to be an Olympic gold medalist. Everyone's not going to be a world champion. But I think wrestling is a sport that is amazing in terms of developing young men. So, I know a lot of friends, a lot of family that have wrestled and become great men just from that experience. And they've never wrestled on the international level. They wrestled through high school, maybe even in college. But it's a sport that teaches discipline, teaches perseverance. It teaches, a variety of characteristics. And it's tough. Everyone wants that dream. They want that tangible dream. The NFL has the playoffs and the Super Bowl. The MLB has the World Series, and we want that. And the Olympic gold medal is the pinnacle of any wrestler's career. So to take that away, it kind of stinks, and it takes away the dream, the goal, and aspirations of a bunch of kids. But there's a lot of stuff you can do and achieve outside of the Olympics that in wrestling are still pretty cool.
You were wrestling the World Cup, as you said before, and people were actually cheering for you, not booing you or giving you, degrading you for beating their opponent. What was that like, and what was going through your head?
That was insane. It was insane. I had never experienced anything like that before. They actually liked me more in Iran than they liked me in America in some places. It was incredible. So basically, I think one of the differences between the Iranian culture and the American culture is that when you're a champion in America, once you reach the top and you reach your goal and you become the man, people want to see the underdog win. They want to see what guy can knock the champion off first. Who can Chris Weidman beat Anderson Silva, But in in Iran, they always want the champion to win. The champion's the hero. If you're an Olympic champion, if you're a world champion, they want you to always win. So they cheer for me, whether I was wrestling an Iranian, or a Belarusian. They always cheer for me. It was an awesome experience. They wanted to be around me. They wanted to take pictures. They wanted to shake hands, and it was an awesome experience. I love the Iranian fans.
Going back to Rumble on the Rails and the LA event, what was that like, getting to wrestle in Grand Central Station?
Oh, that's awesome. It's so awesome. I think that's one of the best events of the year, always, is the Beat the Street Stool. Last year we did it in Times Square. This year we did it in Grand Central Station. So to do such a monumental event in such a historic facility was really awesome. My family got a chance to come out and watch me compete, being that I'm from New Jersey, which is relatively close to New York City.
Your
and
backyard.
It was an awesome experience. Yeah, right. I live like an hour and a half away, so it was awesome. My family came up. Everyone was there to watch me compete. I wrestled well, got the job done and got a win for the United States of America, and we got a lot of exposure from that event, so it was really cool, and I enjoyed doing it.
Talk a little bit about Beat the Streets and what it does for people.
Beat the Streets is huge. I actually got back from Baltimore, Maryland, doing a camp for Beat the Streets Baltimore a couple days ago, and it's been awesome. It's a nonprofit organization that basically helps get young inner-city youth off of the streets of America and into wrestling rooms throughout the country. So guys that, really don't get an opportunity to do, some of the more lucrative sports, get a chance to get on the wrestling mats, learn discipline, learn those characteristics, and basically get off the streets, and to show them that there is a way to succeed outside of the typical football and basketball players.
Being asked to wrestle in the event, what did that mean to you personally?
I love wrestling. I love the sport of wrestling. I met my fiance through wrestling. My family loves the sport of wrestling, and I love to watch it. I'm really a big wrestling fan. So outside of myself, I love to watch others. I love to watch other people wrestle. I love to watch the greats. Kenny Monday, John Smith, and just I'm a big fan of the wrestlers today. Some of the wrestlers that are competing now at a collegiate level are awesome, and I love to watch those guys too. So wrestling means a lot to me, and I'm a big fan of the sport.
You are currently the 2013 World Team member, and you had to wrestle young stud Kyle Dake. First match, you teched him 7-0. Second match, went into overtime. What was going through your head?
He's tough, man. I knew he was tough going in, and he's extremely confident. He's been the best for a long time. He's a 4-time national champ. He won a bunch of state titles, so he's been the best at what he does, and he's won a national championship almost every year for the last 6 years. So I knew he was going to be tough and confident coming in. He has a huge fan base in the wrestling community, but for me, this is what I love to do. I love to compete with the best guys, and I got a chance to go out there and step on the mat with Kyle Dake, and he's an awesome competitor. So it was a big event for me, and I just went out there and wrestled confidently. Knew that I can come out with a win if I wrestled my best, and I was fortunate enough to do that and make the world team again for this year.
Where are the World Championships going to be held this year?
Budapest, Hungary, September 16th through 18th. They'll be in Budapest.
Now, if people can't tune in or they're not going to be there, where do we go to see them?
TheMac.com. TheMac.com will have updated about sheets, updated results from the matches, and in-depth interviews leading up to the event. So TheMac.com, September 16th through 18th. If you guys want to check it out, make sure you watch there. They'll have live stream of the coverage, and they'll have just the results. So if you guys want to check it out.
Do you know, will Flow Wrestling be doing anything live?
I'm not sure. I hope Flow will be there. Actually, they were at the World Championships in 2011, so I'm pretty sure Flow Wrestling will be there as well. So that's definitely another alternative outlet for you guys to check it out. FlowWrestling.com, FLO Wrestling.com.
Something you can see Jordan Burroughs hit many, many, many hundreds and thousands of double legs. Sometimes when I watch you, Jordan, watching someone get double leg, my ribs actually hurt.